it is hard to forget the images of this terrifying disaster that sent shockwaves through Israel. 45 men and boys were killed in April of 2021 in a crush after more than 100,000 religious worshippers gathered on Mount Meron in northern Israel. That was to celebrate the Jewish holiday of Lag BaOmer at the hilltop gravesite of the 2nd century sage Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And even though there had been warnings about the safety of this complex, holiday goers crowded themselves into the holy site. And as that crowd funneled its way through a narrow and steep set of stairs that was slick with spilled drinks, a huge group of people fell, and that led to mass panic, causing dozens of deaths and injuries. Well, now a state inquiry into the tragedy has found that Prime Minister Netanyahu is one of a number of officials responsible for the Meron disaster because he knew that the site of celebration was liable to be a major danger. Well, joining us now from Jerusalem is Haredi journalist Tzippy Yarom. Now, first of all, break down the findings of this report.
The findings say that this tragedy could have been prevented because many people and many factors gathered to bring to this tragedy. But if those people who the report conclude that they were responsible for what happened, had they been acting on time, this shouldn't happen.
Now, what does this mean for Netanyahu and those who have been deemed responsible?
If they were real human beings who have some conscience, it would mean that they will have to resign. And I'm talking about Netanyahu solely, just disconnected from anything else he is going through. He was responsible for the death of 45 people, and not just because he's the top, he's the head, so he's responsible for it. He knew. The report says that he specifically knew about the problems that were going on there, and he didn't take care of that. And it's not just him. It's other politicians as well who were in charge and didn't act, and maybe even knew that there are real problems that are danger, and it was dangerous to continue the way they were doing it, and they kept doing it this way instead of preventing what they had to prevent.
Now, you lost a family member yourself in this terrible tragedy. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about that and how this report makes you feel?
I did feel during the entire time that the committee was working, that they do work, that they do try to get to the bottom of what happened. They did bring results. Some of the people that the report said that they should be fired, or they would have said that they should be fired, left already because they knew where it's going to. But people like Ohana, who is our Knesset speaker, and they said he shouldn't be in charge of inner security anymore. Why just that? He's the Knesset chair. How could it be that he's still there? And other people who are not politicians, but for some reasons will not go to jail either because they are sick. So the report, had some mercy on them and didn't mention the fact that they should go to jail, or the fact that they left already, or the fact that they are not in charge anymore, so they just recommend that they will not be in charge anymore. There should be more repercussions than that.
What do the families of these victims want to see happen next?
We want to know first that this could never happen again. For now, the situation in Meron is better. We saw last year that many of the celebrations, many of the festivities were moved to another place, not far from Meron, but not on the hilltop itself. And we did see that there are less people, but we still know that people with interests, people who maybe are in charge behind the scenes to what happened because they pushed for it to happen, although it was dangerous, because they have the right connections. And as we know how it goes in Israeli politics, so they could have pushed the people in charge to go on with it, although it was dangerous, but they didn't have any ministerial responsibility, so they are not mentioned even in the report. And those people are still in charge, and maybe they have the keys in their hands, and those people should not be in charge as well. And therefore, I do think that the state should take responsibility of the site and take the keys of the place, take care of it. 2 out of the 3 of the committee members did say that, and I do see why the 3rd committee member did not say that. But I think he's wrong on this. I think that the state should take care of it and prevent the possibility that people with interests in the place, which is not the interest of our safety, will still be in charge of there or could push anybody there.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining us, and obviously, this report has been a long time coming. I'm sure that your family, I don't want to say is happy to hear it, but is glad to know that they're
relief is a better word.
Relief is relieved. There's the word that I was looking for. Again, thank you so much for joining us.